Jim Cramer joins us now. We talked early in the 6th, I think, about Coinbase, Jim, and I saw you making some comments. That was I'm not sure what you attribute it to, but the company needs to take a good hard look at what was happening and maybe cop to some of it or something.
Well, I mean, I just feel like sometimes these companies, they go out of their way to say how great a quarter was when the quarter's not great. And it would have been better just to say, look, we had low volumes and it wasn't a great quarter, but the volumes are coming back. But instead, no, they just kept saying how well they did. And, this company has continued to define the concept of arrogance. And I think that it's time that someone called them out on it. It just doesn't seem like they can do anything wrong, according to themselves. But, Joe, you and I, if we delivered this kind of subpar performance, the last thing we would say is it was a great quarter.
Well, I try to do that, though.
Yeah. I mean, they're not toast, as in toast, but I do think that, look, the volume's going to be there and they're fine. But it would have been just better to say, look, we didn't have it this quarter, but the next quarter's going to be better. But no, they never do that. All they ever say is everything's great. And, look, if you're not going to make the playoffs, it's not great. And they're not a playoff-bound team.
What about these last two data points for inflation, Jim? When does that become? When will that be something that you talk about, like in the investing club, like a treatise on that?
I mean, look. I mean, it's one of these things where first we want to say the estimates. Like, what kind of clown makes the estimates? I think a lot of people would have thought it might be 1.0. So it comes out at 0.9, and there was an estimate of 0.6. I mean, that's like ridiculous. I mean, that's like the point spread being completely wrong. And I think that the point spread is much better thought out than these estimates from CPI. Look, I still believe that when you look at energy, it can come down. I mean, I had Avnet on last night. If you could just make a few more semiconductors, it would come down. So I'm just not willing to trap Jay Powell here. I think that there are specific things that are causing this. Nat gas, by the way, lowest since September. Nat gas could plummet here if we have continued warm weather. So I'm not a bear. And I'm not going to equate it to the 60s when we had guns and butter. That was Vietnam War, and Johnson just went nuts. So I'm not saying I'm sanguine, but I do think that Jay Powell's going to end up being right. And there's way too many people who want to call him out without recognizing that it's a semiconductor issue, it's a port issue, energy issue, and that all of those have the capability of being stopped in the second half. I'd say in the first half of 2022, if not the second half.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.